Have you ever heard a storm and felt afraid it would never end? In the middle of the night, when the wind howls and the rain beats against the window pane, it can feel as though the darkness has swallowed everything. The world feels unsteady, fragile, and you feel terribly small within it. In those moments of deep uncertainty, when our own strength feels like a whisper against a roar, we long for an anchor, a solid piece of ground to stand upon. We seek a promise that holds more weight than our fears, a truth that can outlast the longest night. This is where a single, quiet verse from Scripture can enter the heart and change everything. Listen to these words. Let them breathe in the quiet spaces of your soul. He said, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose." That is Romans 8:28. It is not a verse for the easy days, though it is a comfort then too. No. This verse is a lifeline for the hard days. It is a promise whispered into the heart of our struggle, a declaration that even here, even now, God is at work. This verse is small enough to be held in your memory, yet it holds a universe of hope. It is like a lantern in the dark. Now, a lantern does not make the storm vanish in an instant. It does not part the clouds or silence the thunder that echoes in our chests. But what it does is infinitely precious. It gives just enough light to see one step forward, then another, and then another. It reminds us that we are not abandoned in the wilderness of our worries. This powerful truth does not promise an absence of pain, but rather the presence of a purpose within it. It does not suggest that every event is, in itself, good. A diagnosis is not good, a betrayal is not good, a loss is not good. But the verse claims something far more profound. It declares that a master weaver is at his loom, and even the darkest, most tangled threads of our lives can be woven into a beautiful and meaningful tapestry. It is a promise not of a pain-free life, but of a purposeful one, where nothing is ever truly wasted in the hands of a loving God. Let us first be honest about what this promise does not mean, because misunderstandings can lead to deeper hurt. This verse is not a magic wand that erases our troubles or grants our every wish. It does not mean life will suddenly become easy, nor does it guarantee that you will be shielded from every hardship or disappointment. It does not promise that every broken thing will be fixed exactly as we desire, or that every poor choice will be undone without consequence. The promise is something truer, something deeper and more resilient. It is the unwavering assurance that God, in His infinite wisdom and love, can bring forth good even from the most difficult and painful circumstances. What then does the phrase "all things" truly encompass? It means everything. It means the long sleepless nights when worry is your only companion. It means the carefully laid plans that have crumbled into dust before your very eyes. It means the mistakes you made yesterday and the ones you fear you will make tomorrow. It means the profound ache of loss and the chilling grip of fear. But all things also includes the small, often overlooked moments of grace. It means the unexpected kind word from a stranger. It means the quiet comfort of a friend's presence. It means the new, healthy habit you are painstakingly trying to form. God uses every piece, large and small, broken and whole. Think of a master weaver creating a grand and intricate cloth. From a distance, you see a stunning final picture, a landscape, a portrait, a story told in thread. But up close, you see that the cloth is made of countless individual strands. Some are bright and shimmering, others are dark, coarse, and knotted. On their own, a single dark thread might seem ugly or out of place. But the weaver, who sees the entire design, knows that this dark thread is essential. It provides the contrast that makes the golden threads shine brighter. It creates the depth and shadow that give the final image its breathtaking reality. This is how God works. He is the master weaver. He takes all the threads of our lives, the joyful and the sorrowful, the celebrated and the shameful, and He weaves them together. The pattern may be hidden from our view for a very long time, perhaps even for years. We stand too close to the loom, seeing only the tangled mess of threads right in front of us. But the Maker sees the whole design from beginning to end. He knows the purpose of every single thread, and he promises that the final creation will be something beautiful, something for our ultimate good. The verse tells us that all things work together. This phrase is crucial. It implies a dynamic, active process. The events of our lives do not act alone. They are brought into relationship with one another by a divine hand. A difficult day is joined with a small, unexpected mercy. A season of profound pain is joined with the steadfast love of a friend or family member. A humbling failure becomes the fertile ground where a new and vital lesson can finally take root. Things that seem random and disconnected become part of a larger, purposeful movement. God is not a distant, passive observer. He is actively involved. The word work signifies motion, energy, and intention. It paints a picture of God leaning into our circumstances, gathering up the scattered pieces of our experiences, the broken shards of a dream, the tears of a lonely night, the flicker of a newfound hope. He is not just watching, he is shaping, he is arranging, he is transforming. He is the divine artisan, hands shaping clay on a wheel. He can take a deep wound and, over time, sculpt it into profound wisdom. He can take a devastating loss and turn it into a wellspring of empathy, giving you the unique ability to comfort others with the comfort you have received. The good promised here is not always what we expect. Human good often means immediate comfort or quick escape. God's good is bigger, eternal. It forges a deeper, more resilient faith. It refines our hearts to be more like Jesus. Sometimes it looks like a heart that finally learns to forgive. Other times it looks like a life repurposed to serve others. Romans 8:28's good is not absence of struggle, but the transformation of the struggler. The slow, steady process of becoming more compassionate, patient, and dependent on Him, being shaped into the person you were created to be. A life that reflects the Creator's glory and grace, even through healed scars. The final and perhaps most personal part of this verse is the description of for whom this promise is intended, to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose. At first, this might sound like a condition we have to meet, a standard of perfection we must achieve. Do I love God enough? Am I good enough to qualify for this promise? But that is not the heart of this message. This phrase is not about the flawless quality of our love for God, but about the orientation of our hearts toward Him. It points to a direction, not a destination. Those who love God are simply those who, despite their confusion, despite their fears, continue to choose to trust Him. They are the ones who keep turning back to Him, even after they have turned away. They are the people who, when faced with a crossroads, try to say yes to God's ways, even when those ways are difficult and make little sense in the moment. It describes those who keep showing up in prayer, even if their prayers are just whispers of, "Help me." It names the people who actively look for signs of God's presence in the small, everyday moments of life. It does not demand perfection, only a seeking heart. Let me share a simple story that brings this to life. There was a woman who lost the job she loved, and not long after, she lost her home. She felt as if the world was closing in on her, and for months, all she could see were the hard, painful pieces of her shattered life. She felt abandoned and forgotten, but she was a woman who, in her own imperfect way, loved God. One day, a neighbor she barely knew offered her a hot meal, no questions asked. A friend sat with her and patiently helped her write a new resume. Her small church community gathered what they could to offer a small financial gift. Slowly, piece by piece, a new path began to form. Months later, she found a new job, one that used her skills in a different way. Remembering the fear and isolation she had felt, she started a small support group to help other people in her community who had lost their work. The pain of her loss did not magically disappear, but it was transformed. If you are walking through a storm right now, please hear this with all the tenderness it is meant to carry. Your pain is real. Your tears are seen by God. The hurt you feel is not insignificant or simple. Romans 8:28 is not a platitude meant to dismiss your suffering. It is a profound truth meant to anchor you within it. It does not say, "Stop hurting." It says, even in your hurting, God is working. Hold fast to that promise. Do not feel the pressure to rush the process or to fix everything all at once by yourself. Instead, allow yourself to take one small, simple step toward hope. That step might be reaching out to a trusted friend. That step might be reaching out to a trusted family member, breaking the silence that isolation feeds on. It might be praying a simple, honest prayer, God, I don't understand this, but help me trust you. It might mean telling just one person your truth, letting them carry a small piece of the burden with you. The journey through a dark valley is not a sprint. It is a walk taken one step at a time. The light from this verse is enough for that next step. You do not need to see the entire path, just the small patch of ground right in front of you. Here is one practical step you can try this week, a way to begin training your eyes to see the weaver at work. Each night before you go to sleep, take out a piece of paper, take out a small journal. Write down just one sentence describing one small thing that helped you get through that day. A phone call you received, a nourishing meal, you ate a song that brought you a moment of peace, a brief moment of quiet in a busy day. Do this for 7 days. Just one sentence each night. At the end of the week, read your 7 sentences. This simple practice does not change your circumstances, but it can change your perspective. It helps you see that even when the big picture is overwhelming, God is still at work in the details. It is a tangible way to witness how all things, even the very small things, can feel like they are starting to work together for good. It is an exercise in hope, a way to actively look for the light. And so, here is a blessing for you today. May you feel a steady, unseen hand holding yours when the night feels particularly long and lonely. May small, unexpected mercies meet you at every turn of the road this week. May the profound truth of Romans 8:28 cease to be just words on a page and become a living lamp for your feet and a light for your path. You are not alone in this. God is working. Keep your heart open. Keep walking. Soft. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose. Thank you for watching. May God's Word continue to guide and strengthen you every day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful Bible verses and life-changing messages, only here on Bible Verses of Life. Stay blessed, stay faithful, and always keep God first.